What is up, YouTube? I am Cosmic Fro, and today I am back doing another news roundup video for Mortal Kombat 1. I know it's been a while since I've done a news roundup video, but there's been a lot of Mortal Kombat 1 news that's come out, and I just haven't been able to keep up, with other stuff in my life, and this is just the way to do it. So we're going to talk about Shang Tsung, we're going to talk about invasions and some of the other modes, and then we're going to talk about the final three characters that we sort of expect to see revealed. I really want a combat cast soon, guys. I want a few combat casts, but if you guys do enjoy the video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into it. So if you follow me on Twitter, you already sort of know my opinion on Shang Tsung. I believe Shang to maybe have two forms here. As you can see, he sort of starts his animation as an older version of Shang, right? And then transforms into the younger version for the what seems to be the Fatal Blow. Now, what this means is that the young version is the base. Otherwise, the Fatal wouldn't be in that form. So the young version is the base. But the fact that he is in an old form from combat and then transforming into the young version for the Fatal Blow means that there's potential to be two forms for Shang Tsung. Maybe the young version uses the Shredder claws, the poisonous looking Shredder claws, which I love, by the way. Maybe the young form uses that and is more up close and personal with like a snake style sort of martial art. And then the old version has sort of enhanced fireballs or better zoning options, right? So maybe Shang can have two different versions, mid-combat that do, different things depending on the situation that you want. But, this is just a prediction at this point. We have no idea if this is the case. But I am strongly inclined to believe that Shang may have two different stances or forms. Now, we also had the reveal of Invasions mode come to us by way of multiple different YouTubers that were able to capture footage at some event. I believe it was Gamescom. But basically, you're going to travel a path with multiple different areas you can stop with different challenges that you have to get through, like test your might or test your luck. And different fights like that, you'll unlock gear and a bunch of different things from Invasions, it seems, and it's just a more fun sort of arcadey game mode, to play and enjoy. We have no idea if there is a separate mode completely from Invasions, like cart combat or chess combat or things like that. But we know that Test Your Might is a part of Invasions, Test Your Luck, that kind of thing. So, I'm excited to play Invasions and see what loot I can acquire from traveling the path. Apparently there's going to be seasons with different maps you can travel, and it'll have different rewards and just things like that. So it's a really cool concept, and I enjoy it. I think it's a lot more interactive than, say, the Crypt and things that they had previously. What I don't hope is the case is that Invasions is sort of a way to explain why there isn't gear in the game, right? So I hope at the launch of the game we have a good selection of gear that we can choose, whether it be recolors or customizable masks, things of that nature. I hope there's a good amount of that in the base game with the Invasions mode that we have current, and whatever we get from the Crypt that maybe doesn't exist. We don't know any other route to really unlock gear. I hope we can unlock gear just by playing multiplayer. I hope there's different routes to get good, things that you want, right? And not have to just grind Invasions to get everything, right? Which was a concern in the previous, NetherRealm titles, was grinding these modes just to get all this stuff. I hope that's not the only route that players have to choose. And I hope that at the launch of the game, we have good stuff and we don't have to wait for seasons to get the stuff, to get really cool looking stuff. If you want to have cool stuff in those seasons, great, but let's get a good baseline before we, before we use that excuse, right? Gear isn't the most important thing in Mortal Kombat. I'm not too worried about it, but hopefully we have, a good base and we don't have to wait for getting cool stuff. Now, finally, we're going to talk about the final three characters sort of predicted to be in the Mortal Kombat roster and the combat cast situation that I think NetherRealm's being a little lazy here. I'm not going to lie. Maybe there's a reason why they're holding back, but they're holding back, guys. And, I'm not really sure the reason, but, let's talk about it. So the three characters that are sort of expected is Natara, Reiko, which we saw in a sort of leaked video, and then some final 24th character, which people, they aren't sure if it's Chronica, they're not sure if it's Onaga. They think it's a final boss sort of character that could be coming to the game. People are also arguing it could be Jade or Sonya as that final slot. The two fan favorites battling for that final slot. If you've seen the memes, but I'm not sure either. I don't really know. We saw Chronica, so Chronica's not a terrible bet for that final 24th slot, but at this point we can only guess. Now, as for Natara, she is a question mark, but according to speculation and things from the past that have come true, Natara is looking to be on the Mortal Kombat 1 roster. It's just when we're going to see her. Is she going to be part of Xiao's army along with Reiko, or are we going to get an army trailer or something like that? Very possible. Very, very possible. But I want to talk about the combat cast. Let's talk about what's going on here. So, NetherRealm, they've been pretty good at having a good streamline of stuff come out in a timely manner, but the fact that we're 2 weeks out from the release of the game, they gotta step on the gas here, because there's still a third of the roster that we haven't seen broken down in a combat cast. Maybe it's their intention that they don't want to break it down. Maybe through the Invasions gameplay that we got at Gamescom, maybe they covered Kung Lao and Raiden, but I don't count that personally. I think you got to show these characters to us in a manner like a combat cast, right? So of the characters that we have yet to see in a combat cast, the characters are Reptile, Melina, Raiden, Kung Lao, Tanya, Havoc, Reiko, supposedly Natara, Baraka, and then that 24th character slot, which we can sort of cut them some slack on that 24th character, because if it is a boss character, I assume they would want you to sort of unlock that after beating the story, or have it be a hidden character, something like that, like Cyber Sub-Zero was in Mortal Kombat 9. So we'll give them some slack on that 24th character. But without that 24th character, that's still 9 characters that they haven't shown us in a combat cast, which is sort of ridiculous, right? So normally they have 3 characters in a combat cast, right? So they're going to have to pump out 3 combat casts in 2 weeks, which is doable, but it's going to have to happen soon. And, the pressure's on, right? The release of the game's coming out. Is it just going to be the combat cast with these characters? Are we going to get information on maybe other modes? How customization works in Mortal Kombat? Things like that. I don't know, guys. There's a lot of stuff that we still don't know, but I'm super excited to see what NetherRealm provides for us, regardless how I feel about the pipeline here. But yeah, it's got to happen soon, and maybe you guys agree with me, maybe you don't. But if you guys did enjoy the video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. That's going to be my news roundup number 6 or 7. It's been a while, so yeah, I just hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.